Wow, this sounds so interesting. I am so interested in learning more about the Global Hub, and I'm actually going to go online later today to check it out. But I was seeing it here and there, and I just heard so much about it. I'm like, okay, this thing is not just in Atlanta, but it's
No.
now it's global. So this is big. This is global. Now everybody all over the world will be able to get online, tap in, and be in the space, the hub, the trainings. And when you speak up about the fivefold, my passion, the fivefold, I was actually trained in a fivefold facility. Well, I say it's a church, but I call it like a, I say again, like a, it's like a hub. I put it that
Right.
way. So, Apostle G. Marie Carroll.
Yes.
I think yes, she actually trained and equipped me in the fivefold. So she recognized me in the office of a prophet in 2020. And so I've only been in this thing 4 to 5 years now, but I'm on fire. I'm super excited. I'm grateful and honored to be connected to um, people like yourself that's been in it for 30 years plus, and I'm ready to learn. So that's why I'm asking about this global hub. I want to extend this invitation out to my audience. I also have spiritual daughters that's following me and that's in the prophetic, and we definitely going to check out the global hub. This is something that everyone that's in the prophetic, we always long to look for the right prophetic company, the right prophetic group hub, that's right for us. So I'm super excited to learn more about the global hub.
Yeah, you got to check it out. You and your audience go to atlhubchurch.com. You can find a lot of information there. I mean, I post about it on my social media as well, obviously, but atlhubchurch.com, you'll find a good bit of information there. And I think it is necessary. One of the hardest things is when you're prophetic and you're just out here by yourself. And I went through the experience early on in my prophetic development that I was prophetic, and a lot of the leaders in my life, they were well versed in certain areas of ministry and God, but not necessarily in the prophetic. And so that was a real adventure for me of trying to figure out, okay, I've got this gift, but I don't really know how to operate in it effectively. I don't really know how to use it. I'm having these experiences. Am I crazy? Is it God? Is it not God? And it wasn't until I started to get around other prophetic leaders that I started to learn. And, I didn't always, when you get around prophetic leaders, everybody has their own ideas about things. So it wasn't that I always agreed with everybody or that we saw eye to eye, but we sharpened one another. And I think that's what the company of prophets does. It sharpens you. Saul got in the company of prophets and began to prophesy. So there's levels of activation, there's levels of understanding, there's levels of sharpening that happens when you get around other like-minded people. And I think one of the top questions I get from people anytime I'm online is like, okay, I'm prophetic, but there's nothing where I'm at that's prophetic. Or some have another issue, but that's a big one. And I always tell them, you've got to be intentional about your development because destiny demands development. So if you're not intentional, you're going to continue to struggle. So I think it's very important. That's why we've created several things, but we created that one to be a congregational type of gathering that people from all over the world could be a part of. And I think it's really, really important. And I love your story that you found a leader that saw what was in you, spoke to it, and developed it. And I think we all need to have that in our lives in some way. It would really be a helpful thing.
That's right. That's right. That's right. And I think that's a lot of our prophetic people that's new in the prophetic. That's been our struggle for is finding the right people, connecting to the right prophetic group and community, and having the training, a consistency of training and being with other leaders in the prophetic or in the fivefold, whatever your calling is. But yes, this is vital for the prophetic. So I am just wow. This is good. This is good.